everybody, how's it going? Dr. Incompetent here, and let's play some Hades. Well, let me just refresh my memory on what I want to do with this run, because we're going to start, and we're going to think about this all over again in some ways, right? What weapon am I using? Well, I'm on the exograph, and I've done well with the exograph, but I'm wondering if I should switch it up. I don't know, but some of my
It's time, Varatha.
friends who have been trying to help me with this game to get better have really stressed that I should be doing more work with melee stuff than range stuff. Most specifically, with doing dash strike. And so I think the idea is that I'm not good enough practicing this dash strike, and I need to think about getting good at it if I want to progress in this game. Alright, so I've got this spin attack, which is really cool, with the spear. I did so badly last time with the spear. I want to give it another shot. Ori, what's up, my friend? How are you? Yeah, you know what? Imholic, hey, how's it going? Good evening. I'm going to try to not die, but this game is a punishing game. I don't know if you've ever played it, but roguelite games, that's just what happens. You just die, and you die, and you die, until you get good at it. Yes, Imholic, I appreciate that. I'm playing Hades tonight, but I will be playing RuneScape tomorrow. Poor Theseus. You're right, Hunting Wall. He gets exiled for being the savior. It makes no sense. Alright, so I can dash attack, and I can do this, and I can throw it, and recall it. Alright, let's give it a shot. Let's give it a shot. Let's see if I can be good with the spear. This is sort of like Diablo.
Sealed away for a reason, boy.
Whoa.
Your curiosity exceeds your common sense. But heed my words. You stay away from those accursed things.
But why, Father? This is more,
You stay away from me.
like Rogue Legacy or, Dead Cells. If you've ever played any of those games, it's an ARPG like Diablo, except you don't get really randomized loot, but you do get randomized power-ups, and it's procedurally generated, and each time you die, then you come back, but you gain some currency that you can spend to, like, improve yourself slightly, so you get better each time. Yeah, Imholic, hopefully you'll see what it's all about. I'm bad at this game, but I'm trying to get better. If there was a game where you die and the code deletes itself, that is permadeath. That's perma-game death. Alright, so
It's such a cruelty that your father hid the knowledge of your birth and life from us, my cousin. It's unacceptable.
oh boy. It is unacceptable, Athena. You want the knowledge of birth and life? I don't know. That seems pretty intense. Okay, so Athena is the goddess that I have picked with my keepsake to get first because of this ability right here, the Divine Dash. So this ability from John and my buddy Tyler, other people who are better at Hades than I am, they really endorse this because what it does is it lets you dodge or dash and deflect. Dash is your primary way of getting out of the way of incoming attacks. And as you'll see, this game actually is like a bullet hell at times, so you need to dash all the time. But deflect means you bounce back shots at the enemy, which is also really good. And Athena's dash, yeah, this game did get popular, Imholic, and it's cheap. Exactly. I think it was only $25 new, which is insane considering how much gameplay value I've got out of this. It was Game of the Year from IGN, I think, or somebody gave it Game of the Year. And Athena's dash, when you do it, it also gives you a bigger window of invulnerability, so we're going to take it. Now, dash is, I'm playing on the Xbox 360 controller. It's the A button, and I can dash twice in a row, and you'll see it is all powered up. Now,
You're nothing.
there we go. So we killed the skull pile. We're all good. I did some dash attack there. I'm just going to throw it at these guys. These big boys. All right. You know what, Imholic? Yes, you do have builds, but it's really interesting because basically the builds get determined as you go. So you pick your starting weapon in this game from your arsenal of weapons that you unlock. And then
Felt something.
from there, the builds kind of open up as you get boons. So let me show you. Where's my way of doing that? No, not this. It's this, right? Or is it this? Yeah. So over here, I have my boons. I have Divine Dash, but you can also power up your regular attack. So this is my regular attack with the spear. This is my special attack. I kind of throw it, and I can bring it back. And then I can charge up my shot, my regular, and do that spin attack. I can dash with A, and then I have this, like, magic that I can cast. It's pretty bad. Oregon, that's hilarious. So, your builds come as you get things. Now, for example, Imholic, now I have a choice of going into this room or this room, and they tell you what rewards you will get. So if I go over here, I can get money, which I can buy stuff from a shop, or if I go over here, I can get Daedalus to rework my attack. Daedalus is my favorite by far of the boons that you can get because his abilities basically change the way you play your character. It is player choice, exactly. And so, yeah, it's really cool how it works out, where it's like you get to kind of customize your character based on what choices the dungeon presents to you. Oh boy. There we go. And I did get hit a little bit there, but that's going to be okay. Now, hey, Exanimo. How are you? Oh, you got a police car out there, Ori? Sorry about that.
The spear's due for a little maintenance.
Yeah. Spear's due for just a little maintenance. Okay, so what Daedalus does is, again, like Imholic, like we were talking about, it gives you this player choice where you get to pick between these three options to help determine your build as you go. So I can get Flurry Jab, which would basically let me just hold down the X button and rapidly attack, but no spin attack. I can do Serrated Point, which says my dash strike hits 3 times, but my dash has 25% less range. Or I can do Vicious Skewer, which helps my special deal 50% more damage and 50% critical chance when it comes back. I'm going to try this serrated point. I don't like that my dash has less range, but it's interesting that it makes my dash strike hit 3 times. And since
Feels like
everybody's
that
telling
before.
me that dash strike is the way to go, I'm going to give it a shot. Now you can see the animation has changed. One of the really, really great things, of the many great things of this game, is that its attention to detail is second to none. So every time you get a boon, it changes the fundamental way that your animation looks like. So this is my dash, and because Athena has blessed it, Athena's symbol kind of comes up around me. And then if I do my dash strike now, you can see that Daedalus has made it so it's doing this like huge sweeping attack where it hits 3 times. And the by picking that, it has reflected that change. Now, my choice is oh, man. Exanimo, I've been doing great also, and that year-end barbecue sounds divine. Burgers, brisket, sausages, corn, shrimp, and mashed potato? That sounds like a smorgasbord. I'm in. Hades, how many gigs is it? It's really not that big. Maybe 15? It might be less than that. Maybe it's 20, but it's not many. So my 2 choices are gems. These gems are used to pay the construction contractors to help redesign the dungeon or do cosmetic work. And they're generally not that great. They're good at the beginning, but yeah, Exanimo, I tell you what. This game, it's brutal, but it's so much fun. The art style is so good. The voice acting is good. The story is good. The gameplay is great. It's definitely worth it. Or Darkness Gems, which you use to kind of level up your character overall. And let me show you that. If I go over here up top, a Mr. Beast burger, I don't know about that. You can see all of the things that I've purchased with my Darkness upgrades. So these are permanent buffs that you get to put on your character and choose before you start to run. And it's kind of like there's 1 or 2 options for each level. So, and you can level these up by spending these Darkness Gems to your heart's content. The best one of these that I've got so far is Death Defiance, which lets you get reborn. Because in this game, once you die, you have to start all the way back at the beginning. It's a roguelike. But not a roguelike in that it's permadeath, it's roguelite in that you can carry over some semblance of progress between the runs. Yeah, Imholic, I'm telling you. It's great. So anyway, darkness is the most important thing to me. Oh, wow. So I did. First of all, I didn't know that Mr. Beast opened up restaurants. I thought he was just a YouTuber. And then I've played Darksiders, the game, but I haven't played Darksiders Genesis. I do enjoy Darksiders a good deal. Hunting Wall is talking chess here. Man, chess is getting so popular with that show Queen's Gambit. It's like people are watching chess on Twitch and at a vastly increasing rate. It's really cool. I played a lot of chess growing up. I love the game. All right, so I'm doing a bunch of dash attacks and just sweeping away these skulls. These portly guys with the wine glass are actually problematic. But, oh boy. Oh, all right, there we go. So the other thing that's great about Darkness with this loadout that I have selected is that I get healed based on a percentage of the Darkness orbs that I gather. So Darkness not only helps me build up my character for subsequent runs, it also heals me. So that's terrific. All right. Oh, I don't need to be breaking pots. I don't have the feather duster equipped right now. This is my favorite pomegranate of power. The palm of power, as it were. That has so much significance on our Discord. It's reached religious significance, in fact. Now, there's all these traps that are in the environment that are great. You can use them. You can trigger them. Like this is a trap, for example. There we go. And then it'll blow up.
The power of Olympus.
And so I can... The only ability I have right now, that unfortunately, that I can level up with my Palm of Power is my Divine Dash. But if I had more abilities, I would get to choose which one I want to actually level up. And that's great. So this just helps me do more damage with my Dash, which is fine. That's right. Palms of Power. Yeah, that's right. It's like a cheer plus pomegranate seeds. You know, I have to tell you, Hunting Wall, I always stayed away from Gambit openings just because I don't like trading away my pawn. Specifically with the Queen's Gambit. I hate opening with the Queen's pawn. I always do the King's pawn. Anyway, my only choice here is to go for gems, so let's do it. They don't... That's a great point. No, they don't have to take place in a dungeon, Ori, but boy, they generally do, don't they?
All clear.
All clear. All right, so we got 5 gems, which we can use to power up later. Now, let me just look around for any money from these pots. None. Okay, so here's an interesting choice that we have. This pit right here is a pit of chaos. Now, most of the time... I know, Exanimo, oh my god. I almost pulled the trigger on so many games because of the winter sale already. Yep, Steam's just going to gobble up all my money. So, most of the time you're getting helped. The point of this game, or the plot of this game, is that you are the son of Hades, and you're trying to escape the underworld, or Hades. And while doing this, you're aided in your quest by the gods of Olympus. So normally you're helped by the gods of Olympus, but you can also be helped by gods of the underworld, or just powerful beings in the underworld. And this is Chaos. Chaos helps you in a strange way. No, it's interesting, Exanimo. Hades is actually your dad, and he's this big surly character that doesn't really want you to escape. But as Zagreus, you're on a quest to escape and also try to find your mother, Persephone, who has disappeared from Hades. And I've never beaten this game, so I haven't actually gotten far enough to know too much, except that Persephone has split. I am Zagreus, son of Hades. What's also amazing about this game is it keeps this big codex, and it, like, every single piece of the game's lore is saved for you, and you can go find more and more information about every piece of it. Now, I'm going to go in, and Chaos demands a sacrifice, so you go down, and I'm going to lose 22 hit points just by going down this hole. But I get a choice of powerful benefits from Chaos, and I'm going to take it.
All right.
It's early enough in the run that I'm going to take it. I had no idea that Hades had 5 kids, but, you know, that makes sense. He's had an eternity to make children, so, okay, so I now get to interact with Chaos.
I understand that Zeus and all his kin on Mount Olympus think that you are born of Hades and the goddess Nyx. I was amused to learn of this deception. Nyx has mothered many of the underworld's own, so why not you?
Exactly, right? Why not me? So, Nyx kind of was pretending to be my character's father, but Persephone is actually Zagreus' mother. And this is something that I don't think he was aware of until recently in the developments. Yeah. And so there was this like grand scheme to kind of deceive Zagreus of his parentage. Yes, Ori, roguelikes have to have some kind of procedural generation. It doesn't necessarily have to be dungeons that they're generating, but it has to be where like each room is different each time you play.
She's
All right.
my birth mother, no, but she is like a mother to me. Do you know her?
Oh, I know the goddess Nyx quite well, of course. Though it has been a while since we last communicated, and I fear I was not the charitable sort back then. It is my hope that Nyx is faring well.
You're not really the charitable sort now, Chaos, but I appreciate that you're making the effort. There's this great conversation that Chaos had with Zagreus earlier in the game, where he basically told me that he doesn't want me to talk to him. He only wants him to talk and me to listen. And that's how our conversations go. It is Desperate Housewives. It's very, very complicated. There's lots of drama here. So here's my choices. And all of these boons of chaos are hilarious, where you take a temporary setback for a long-term gain. So for example, for the next 3 encounters, each time you special, you take 4 damage, but then afterward, my dash strike deals 47% more damage. I think I'm going to take that because I'm doing dash strike pretty much exclusively with the build that I've gotten. So this is more of how this game unfolds, and I'm trying to teach myself the game as I go. I've been getting a lot of great advice from Rexy and John and others about choices to make within the game, but because I'm using dash strike, boosting it is fantastic. Now this is actually an epic boost. These boons can come in different qualities, so you could get just regular, you can get rare, or you can get epic. And let me look at the Abyssal Assault. Yeah, exactly. Isn't that hilarious? So, if I take Abyssal Assault, I would take 332% more damage from traps for 4 encounters, but afterward, I would deal 48% more damage striking undamaged foes. This is great for like trash rooms, but I don't like it for bosses because you only get that one initial boost. And then Caustic Grasp says for the next 3 encounters, slain foes toss an Inferno Bomb at you, and then afterward I get 1 more cast. I'm not really doing this ever, so I'm not going to take it. I don't cast. Hey, Judo, my friend, how's it going? Good evening. I'm going to take Flayed Lunge, so remind me not to special for 3 encounters because I'll get hurt every time I do it. I'm going to take this. Okay, now Chaos is going to give me 3 choices, and I can fight some elites for a Dionysian buff. I can get money, but this is one of my favorite boosts. This increases your max health. Yeah, Judo. Everyone, I was just reading on Twitter the other day that Judo gets to do a voice for a game that's coming up. He has become a celebrity voice actor. How amazing is that? Congrats again on that, Judo. Does the trap damage increase the closer you are to it, or does it not matter as long as you're within the circle? No, it's binary, Exanimo, so it's like, as long as you're within that red circle of death, you're going to take the damage. Thank you, Ori, for reminding me. So, this gives you more health, and I'm terrible at this game, so anytime I can get more health, I want it. Okay, I'm also just learning something because I'm a moron. My deflect can actually deflect even these guys with the big clubs. If I time it right, I can actually deflect their shot. So I thought it was only projectiles, you know, that were deflected, but boy, that was wrong. So I just deflected that. So I just, because of the Athena dash, I just, well, I didn't time that right, but I basically just dashed into that guy and deflect his attack back to him. So I was completely invulnerable for a moment. Right there, just deflected it. So the game starts out kind of easy and then gets really, really, really painful. All right. This little guy, this enemy right here, actually makes traps, as you can see.
That's something.
So get out of the way of those babies. Now, this gives you 25 max health, and it heals you. That's a great question, Exanimo. So, there's several ways to get your health back in this. One, every time I get darkness, I will get healed. Two, if you get max health, you also get healed for the health that it gives you on top. 3, there are stores. This is a store, and I can go spend my money, which is in the lower right corner. You can't really see it because my logo is obscuring it, but I have 70 Charons, and you can buy food at a shop, which will heal you. You can also find food in pots, or it's dropped by enemies sometimes. Now, I'm going to take this because I need these keys. Keys are so important. They help you unlock new abilities and weapons if you don't have them. Oh boy. I gotta take out the skull generator. That's where all the skulls are coming from. Oh boy. Okay. This is a shop also that I'm gonna try to spend my money on later. This purple pool of liquid up here. Okay, John, I apologize, my friend. I am now seeing the Athena dash in full glory. He was like singing the praises of this, and then I tried it once and it didn't work out for me because I wasn't doing it correctly. Now I see how strong it is. I'm able to damage foes with my dash. I'm invulnerable longer, and then if they hit me while I'm dashing through them, they get reflected the damage back to them. It's insane. Now, I got a key, and this is a little shop, so I can click this and I can spend my money. Now, a lot of these things are just temporary buffs. So, for example, this buff right here, Exanimo, the Eye of Lamia, it gives me a 15% chance that enemies I kill will drop health-restoring items. And it lasts for 3 encounters, and it costs 25. So this is totally worth it. I'm not going to even buy the other things. I don't want another Chaos Gate right now. I'm going to save my money. Yeah, it's interesting. There are good ways to get your health back. Plus, above my health bar in the lower left, you can see that I have these 2 little icons, which are my Death Defiance, which means that twice, when my hit points go to 0, I will be resurrected with 50% of my health. So I have like a couple of extra lives, I guess you could call it. Oh, that's cool that you're learning 3D modeling, Ori. That sounds super fun. I'm terrible at that kind of stuff. I'm sorry your power went out. I hate that. Oh my god. Oh boy, I just got walloped for no good reason by this turkey. Hey! Rua, what's up, my friend? The game is going well. I'm bad at it. Like you can see right there, I just got hit by this fat guy. But, this drunken reveler here. I know, I'm with you, Rua. I buy everything that heals because I'm so bad. I want max health. I want healing items, as many as I can get, because I need to compensate for how terrible I am. After this encounter, I do believe my chaos debuff will wear off and I will get the benefit. Oh, there's some food right there. I'm gonna just wait a second so I can talk about that. There we go.
My boon from chaos is transformed.
See, so he tells you right there, the boon from chaos is transformed. So what that means is I've paid the penance of the 3 encounters. I can now do my special again, I do need to learn to weave better. You've got that right. Now look at this. This is some junk food. It's like a little bit of... It's a gyro, you know, kind of, or a taco. And it gives you 10 health. And I can get a key right here. But that's what I'm all about right now, Rua, is I'm trying to practice. And yeah, I'm just going to practice up and get better at this dash strike.